And as I talk about liars, Archie, Liemore get catch lying again. This man is now Attorney General for maybe 14 or 15 months, and he get catch lying about fight. Run it, Archie.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, with your leave, I wish to address the following. During the Standing Finance Committee's discussions in this House on Friday, 5th May 2023, Opposition member Honorable Saddam Hussein, Member of Parliament, stated, and it's taken from Hansard, that he had asked me to provide a breakdown of all of the attorneys who would be collecting fees particular to the head that was being engaged at the relevant time. Mr. Deputy Speaker, in response to the opposition member's questions, I responded at the time with reference to documents which had been provided to me and were in my possession in the Parliament during the Standing Finance Committee's discussions. In so doing, I inadvertently and incorrectly stated that the breakdown of fees for the period June 19, 2021 to March 3, 2023 had been provided to the Parliament. In so doing, I mistakenly relied on a document containing a breakdown of legal fees paid by the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I take full responsibility for that inadvertent error. I wish to assure the members of this House and the Parliament that this error was neither deliberate nor intended to mislead this Honourable House. I sincerely apologize to this Honourable House and to the member for this inadvertent error on my part.
Well, it's so, you know, if you don't laugh, you might end up in St. Anne's. And the king liar sitting down by him, giving the lower liar advice on how to correct the lie that you lie when you don't lie. What about the lie in the perjury in the Miami court? What about signing affidavit and lying? What about the lies about the missing file? What about lying on the DPP office? What about lying on Brent Thomas? What about lying on the Commissioner of Police? What about all the lies? And Rowley, more lies. Because somebody called me and said, but Anil, all your opposition, all you never support the PNM and nothing. Listen, the PNM is totally failed and collapsed. The government, the UNC has supported the PNM in the Parliament in many groundbreaking pieces of legislation or legislation that they thought they needed. But the UNC knew that the PNM is totally incompetent. They don't have the will, the desire, the brain, the creativity, the ability to deal with crime. But when Rowley comes, he started lying in the Parliament and say he can't remember any support from the UNC on anti-crime measures brought to the Parliament. Well, Khadija put the truth on the record, just like how Tim Gopi Singh, when Rowley said what 100 schools they build, and Tim come and show the 106 schools that Kamala built, and some of them with pictures of Rowley skinning the plate down in Point Kumana when Tim opened with Kamala the primary school down there. Khadija Amin, member for St. Augustine, corrected the record. So all of you citizens understand, don't let Rowley come and lie and make all your vote for him because he black and he does lie. Look at the truth, run it.
I mean, I've been here for 8 years as Prime Minister. I can't think of maybe one or two things, I don't know. But I can't think of anything that we brought to the House. And you came here and said, well, the opposition also supports it.
I want to call Mr. Speaker for the record in this House a list of some of the crime-fighting bills that the opposition supports. The Bail Bill 2017, Miscellaneous Provisions 2017, that was Mutual Assistance in Criminal Matters, the Supreme Court of Adjudicature and Children 2018, Payments into Court Bill 2018, and in that bill, the opposition made extensive the Administration of Justice Indictable Proceedings. The Administration of Justice Indictable Proceedings 2018. The Firearms Amendment Bill 2019. And that bill, the opposition did not need to support because it required a simple majority, but the opposition supported that bill. I hope that the Minister of National Security in his response could tell us how many arrests and convictions were made under the former Attorney General specifically spoke about the Civil Asset Recovery and Management Bill 2019, and he said that the opposition did not support. That is not true. That is not true. The opposition support was not needed because that bill needed a simple majority, and the opposition supported that bill. The Tax Information Exchange Agreements, FATCA 2016, that was passed in the House of Representatives in February 2017 and in the Senate with the opposition support. There was also the Insurance Act 2016, which was passed with the support of the opposition in 2018, and in both houses. The Anti-Terrorism Amendment Act 2018, passed by both the House of Representatives and the Senate. The Licensing Committee Validation Act 2018, passed by both the opposition and the government. That is not all, you know. There are more. Bail Amendment Bill in 2019. That bill was passed, Mr. Chairman, in the House of Representatives. 32 votes for, 0 votes against, and 0 abstentions. So who voted against and who abstained, Mr. Deputy Speaker?
And that man stood up in that parliament and said he's prime minister 8 years and he can't remember none, maybe 1 or 2. He's such a dishonest, pathological liar. As Patrick Manning said, show me a liar, I'll show you a thief. There is no liar on this planet bigger than Keith Christopher Rowley. And he was the only opposition leader in the history of Trinidad and Tobago who took a policy decision to isolate and not support any government. He is the only one on public record to have ever said that. Run it and remind the people.
But because of the responsibility I have accepted, my job is to annoy the Prime Minister. In our country, when in this difficult period, we are required to buckle down, how nice would it have been if we could have counted on the opposition to fix some of the problems that we know need fixing. But we cannot count on the opposition for a vote on anything in the parliament. We will not cooperate with the government of Trinidad and Tobago on any matter. They are supporting nothing. We will not cooperate with the government of Trinidad and Tobago on any matter. On any matter. We will isolate them for as long as they're in office until they leave office.
And some of you voted for that dishonest, lying fool. Imagine if that was your child. Forget he's a big, old, hardback, ugly, horny, goat-weed user. Suppose that was your child, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. Guava whip, belt, what all you will do. And that's the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.